Hey YouTube, it's Mike Jasper with another important video. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that every video producer should be keenly aware of, and it's two magic words: limited liability. I see so many great videos on YouTube about content creators, whether that be freelancers or video production companies, the great content they're making and the hard work and all equipment tests and everything. And those are great. I use them a lot myself to learn. But one thing I don't hear a lot about is how do you protect all that creativity and all those assets you bought? You have to understand it's important to set yourself up to protect your business and your assets. And there's three key ways to do that, and I'm going to explain that to you today. But you'd be surprised how many people I come in contact with that have not taken these steps to protect their business, their craft, and in most cases, their livelihood. So, what are the three things that you should be doing today if you're a video producer or just a content creator? The first thing is set yourself up as a business. What I'm talking about is not simply having a business name or nice logo or business cards or a t-shirt. What I'm talking about is really establishing a legal entity, seeking out legal help to do that, regardless of how you structure that business, whether it be an LLC or a limited liability corporation, an S Corp or a C Corp. All of those businesses give you protection against litigation. What do I mean by that? Let's say you produce some content or you do something and people don't like it, or they think you infringed on the rights, so they want to sue you. They're suing that entity you set up and not you personally. That's what it is to have limited liability. Your liability is only limited to your business and your business assets. So having my company, Lanama Films, set up as an LLC, everything in my business goes through my business. So all of the equipment that I purchase, I don't purchase it, my company purchases it. If I enter into an agreement, or if I get insurance, or my checking or bank accounts, all of it are through my business, not me personally. That is what it means to have a limited liability. So if something goes wrong, I'm only liable for that which is in my business. None of my personal assets are involved in that. That brings me to point number 2, though, and that is open a checking account for your business. Commingling of funds.
What the hell did you just say?
Commingling of funds is a very real thing, and not too many people know or understand it. Basically, what that means is you can't use your business as your personal piggy bank, and vice versa. You have to separate money that's in your business, that you use for business, versus your personal money. That means your business, whether it's LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, should also have its own checking or savings account at a bank using your business's tax ID number, or what's referred to as an EIN, Employee Identification Number. All of your business expenses should come out of that account. All of your business revenue should go into that account. That way, you're separating the two. Why is it important to separate the two? Well, in legal terms, if you don't do that, it's called piercing the veil, where you are basically mixing your personal and business money. So, in the cases I talked about before, if you're being sued and they can show that you aren't operating as a separate entity, even though you're set up that way, you're not operating that way because you're mixing monies between your personal and business, that opens you up to personal liability. Don't do that. So, Mike, well, how do you get money out of it? Well, there's structured ways you do that. There's structured ways where you can invest in your business to fund it, and there's structured ways where you get money out of the business, but do it in a structured and approved way. And that's why it's important that you do some research, talk to an accountant and/or an attorney. The third point, and this is just as important as the first two, is that every business should carry general liability insurance. Now, some people only think, well, wait a minute, I only need to have insurance if I'm actually in production or if I'm renting equipment, which can be the same thing. I would argue you always need to have general liability insurance for a couple of reasons. One is you never know when you're doing something in the course of business that something can happen.
I'm serious about this stuff.
It doesn't have to be an official movie set. You could be out anywhere and an accident can happen. It's good to have it. The other point, if you do a lot of productions or if you rent a lot of equipment, it may make sense to have just a policy in place instead of doing it piecemeal. The third important point, if you want to enter into any contracts or access locations, you have to have the insurance anyway, and not always during production. So I'm doing a documentary right now, but I need to go visit the site and just capture some B-roll. And this documentary is going to take me over a year to do. When I go on site, they want to see my insurance policy, my general liability insurance policy. It makes sense. If you're going into a government building, absolutely we'll need general liability insurance. Any places of higher education, medical buildings, private offices, a lot of them will require you to have general liability insurance if you go into their offices. And if you're just setting up a tripod to catch, a 5-minute B-roll shot, doesn't matter. You gotta have it. Okay, YouTube, those are the 3 things you need to do to protect your business. Remember, the goal is to have limited liability.
No more training do you require. Already know you that which you need. Then I am a Jedi.
So, as you're out there creating and doing your work, you want to be assured that your business is protected and you continue to do the great things you're doing. I am not an attorney or a CPA, so I'm going to make sure you go and seek legal counsel or talk to an accountant about your particular situation. Hope this information helps. And as always, be inspired, do great things, live your dreams. Till next time.